Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the Toby SMAGA channel. In this video, I'm going to be going through exactly how you can make 55k plus in the next 30 days by simply having a skill that you've seen success in. So that could be any sort of skill. You could have seen success in real estate, you can see success in IT, you could have seen success in SaaS, you could have seen success in AI, you can have seen success even in stuff like online businesses, e-com, trading, doesn't matter. Any industry that you've seen success in, if you've made money in, is an industry that you can mentor people in and help them grow and get to the next level as well. So that's basically what I'm going to walk through with you. I'm going to walk through with you step by step how to actually build the funnels, how to actually structure everything to get the best results and actually get the goals that you desire as well. As you can see, I want to go in as much detail as possible. Don't want this video to be too long, but let's get straight into it. So what you want to do is you want to start off by actually building personal brand or creating a social media page if you don't have it as well. So in this video, I'm going to be going off if you don't have anything. This is from scratch. You woke up today, you want to start your social media page and you want to grow essentially. But this is also tailored to people that have their social media page ready up and running, have good content and are looking to scale as well. So just pick up the different parts that I put down, right? First, you want to create a Instagram or a TikTok page. I recommend having both. The more social media pages you have, the better, because it means you're bringing in and generating leads from lots of different platforms, right? So then you move on to generating leads and traffic, right? So what I would recommend is, and if you haven't watched my other video on how to set up your social media pages, please go watch that video so you can see what it should look like, see how you should set up, how you should display your links, the type of descriptions you should have, as well as automations, etc. as well. Everything I'm going to discuss in the video as well. Don't be intimidated by it. If you want to work with a company like myself who actually builds these sort of systems and these sort of funnels, feel free to reach out to me and book a call with me down below, and we can go into details on how we can build this from scratch today as soon as possible, right? So we're going to generating leads and traffic. So you have two different routes. You have the organic content route and you have the paid ads route. These are the two main ways of actually generating leads and traffic, right? First, you have the organic content route. That's where you just post videos online that you believe people will like or connect with. This is great for longevity, but it does take a while to get up and running with consistent lead flow. As you can see, I use bread scales as an example for a big part of this breakdown as well. As you can see, one of the videos is 145k, one of the videos are 287k, one of the videos are 1 million. So it's not a consistent number, but he has a good amount of reach that he will always have leads coming in because of the size of his audience. Of course, he does incorporate other strategies as well. So he has a lot of clippers where they go and clip up and cut up his content and post on other social media pages, which he pays as well. So there's lots of different things that also go into organic content that people don't see on the other side. You may just see his page, which is, don't get me wrong, which is bringing in a lot of views and it will get a lot of leads directly from his page. But he also has different sort of methods where he pays people to also clip his content and create short form reels of his content with his name and his links and his pages and all of that type of stuff, which then brings in more traction as well. So like I said, this is the best sort of option in terms of longevity. But if you want to scale as quickly as possible, I always recommend to go for the paid ads route, even though I always recommend doing both at the same time. So you're working on your organic and having your paid ads, but the best way in terms of actually building a business is the paid ads route. So say, for example, you put in $10, you want to make $40, or put in $10, you want to make $50, because it gives you that direct ROAS, return on ad spend. So this is great for quality and consistency of lead flow, focus on ROAS, and is the best option for this roadmap as well in terms of starting out. But like I said, you want to work on both of them to see the best results, right? Also on his page, he does have link in bio to his free trainings, etc., which we'll get into later on in terms of free lead magnets and what you need to include with that as well. As you can see, he has 600k followers. He has the links here. He has also the ads to different pages as well, because he does freelance brand scaling. That's basically helping clothing brands or online e-com customers and online e-com companies actually grow their business and increase their revenue. And I believe he does get a profit share out of that as well. So it's a very good business model that a lot of people are looking to get involved in. That's untapped, let's say. Then you have like a free lead magnet. So you actually need to create a free lead magnet, basically like a free training teaching them how to get started in what you've done or how to get started with the skill that you've developed, right? How to get started in that industry. So free lead magnets could be a lot of things. So in this example is a free training. I believe that's the most effective because the more long form content that they watch from you, the better it is. The more content they consume, the better it is. So free training is always the number one. But there's lots of different sort of free magnets. They could be checklists. They can say, for example, Airbnb, you have a checklist of the type of furniture you need or how to set up, or Airbnb set up checklist. There's a lot of different things that you can do. But like I said, in terms of what I've seen, in terms of our own clients as well, video sales letters have been the best in terms of actually conversions, in terms of people booking one-on-one calls, right? So the video gives you an insight and a reason to sign up. So this is just the first page. So this is before you get the training. So this isn't the training page. Before you get the training, it basically goes through why you should get started in the training, why brand scaling is for you, basically how it changed his life. As you can see, the exact strategy I used to go from a fat Fortnite kid to make over 6 figures a month. So it's basically showing the level and the change he's made. He started off down here, now he's here, which is what you want to sell as much as possible, is the transformation. It's used to collect information through unlocking mini courses used in the nurturing phase as well. So you want to collect the information. As you can see here, once you click a button like this, you get register your spot now or access mini course now, etc. And you collect their information, email, full name, number, so you can reach out to them whenever you want, even directly as soon as they fill in the information, which is great. Then you have a different phase, which is the training phase, the exact strategy. So you use the same sort of heading, is like a 13-minute mini course that reveals all the details. A VSL video explaining what he does and how he got to where he is, as well as a CTA of apply now, basically to book a one-on-one call. So after watching that video, you'll be hyped up. You'll be at a point where you want to make a change in your life and make things happen. Then that leads you to book a call. But also there's another strategy. So say, for example, some people may not want to book a call. They just watch the video and take in the content, but you've already collected the information, which means you can reach out to them and nurture them whenever you need to as well. That makes sense. Right? Then you want to then move on to actually having forms of testimonials as well. So if you're new, you're just starting out, you're not going to have the testimonials. Let's be totally honest. Unless you've trained someone in the past that you can get testimonials from, etc. as well. That would be great. Reach out to them. But if not, don't worry about the testimonial section at all. Just worry about, making sure your page looks the best way and you actually structure everything the right way as well. So let's just go into the benefits of testimonials and what it does. So long form testimonials build more trust. Like I said before, the more content they can consume of yours, the better, which is why it's good to have short form, long term, etc. I'm not too sure exact metrics, but I believe someone needs to consume at least something like 14 or 15 hours of your content before they can buy, or it increases the chances of them buying as well, which is a very true statement. As you can see, how Jaden quit his 9 to 5, bought two cars and makes 20K a month. It just shows the details on the transformation he's done for each of his students that have worked with him. The more hours of content plus frequency of appearance equals a sale, and that's very, very true. Then there's also image form testimonials. Like I said, they're not too necessary, but it's good to have every form of testimonials, even if it's screenshots, etc., just to build trust, as well as short form testimonials. Like, say, for example, there's some people that may not have the best or highest attention spans, or they don't have time to be watching a 20-minute breakdown video, even though those are the people that you want to work with, but they may not have that time. So a quick short form video will give them the go ahead that they need, or gives them the drive to actually get started as well. So once you click apply now, then you go into like an application phase. So what the application phase is basically verifying whether you're someone that we should get started with or not, basically, if you're someone that's ready to go. Does that make sense? Then also in the application page at the top, he put, do not apply if you don't have set aside funds for coaching, which is a great headline to have. Do you know why? Because a lot of people believe it's a freebie. A lot of people are just looking for a free handout, and that basically disqualifies anyone that's just looking for a free handout or want a useless discussion. So it disqualifies any freeloaders, it disqualifies any time wasters as well. And also, he has key questions that link to his agency. So, say for example, he helps people with ads and stuff like that. So you ask, have you run ads before? Just trying to gauge where they are in their journey or what they've done before, to then gauge how he can help them and actually get them to the next stage. Then, once they've gone through the form and everything is confirmed that your ideal prospects, it then moves you on to the next page where it says, watch the full video in full basically before your one-on-one call. So it basically gives you a breakdown on what to expect before your call, as well as including other image testimonials and stuff like that as well. It talks about exactly what's going to happen next, step by step, and what to expect on the call as well. Then it says go through the frequency asked question as well, the FAQs. And this is key, and most people don't actually incorporate this. Having the FAQs at the bottom of the page is amazing because it gives them the understanding of exactly what to expect. How quickly will I make my investment back? How much do I need to get started? So these are the key questions that often, cause problems for closers as well when closing deals, is because they ask these questions too late, and then before you know it, they've spent 2 hours on the call, etc., and the person has no money to get started. So these FAQs are great if they watch them, because it lets them know exactly what to expect. And if it's not something they're willing to move forward with, they can either cancel the meeting, or they'll drop a text or drop an email saying, sorry, this isn't for me, I thought it was free. And that's your time saved. Time is everything, right? And it makes his team's lives easier. Like I said, everything in this that I'm talking about, even in terms of Brez has a team like myself that works with him closely in terms of actually managing the full process, in terms of actually, going through all of the details step by step as well. So they've built the full structure for him also. Then we move on to nurturing leads. Say, for example, now, okay, they've gone through the funnel, you have their number, email, etc., full name. Now you want to nurture these leads. So you can have an appointment setter. Say, for example, on our team, we would have one of our appointment setters work directly with you to then get people to book one-on-one calls. So the appointment setter reaches out on text or WhatsApp or email, and also to inbound DMs to just revalidate prospects, etc., and book a one-on-one call for the closer as well. That makes sense. So the appointment setters would go in, have a conversation, even on a phone call, even, or send text messages, go back and forth, just to book a one-on-one call with a closer. Or if a call is already booked, it just allows you to prep them and puts them in the right headspace to then move forward, and right headspace to then have a higher chance of closing them and build that rapport as well, right? So you can either have this, or you can book calls yourself. So, for example, if you have sales skills or you have an understanding on how to close deals, etc., then you can also book calls yourself. But like I said, I always recommend having a team. So what you can do is work with a team, and then you can just purely focus on, mentorship and actually getting the best results for your clients, which is one of the key, if not the most important thing in the whole process anyway. Unfortunately, there's a lot of these sort of fake gurus that don't actually know how to provide value, etc. And then that can go the wrong way, because once they've paid and they don't see the value, then you have a lot of problems in between. So you want to make sure you focus on your service delivery as well. Then, if you have a sales team, book a one-on-one call with me already, and we can get things sorted out. Or if you don't have a sales team as well, book a call with me, because you can use my sales team. We can crush it and we can close deals for you, so you can focus on mentorship as well. Then we have the one-on-one call with yourself or high ticket closer to close the deals. Once you get on that one-on-one call, you understand their pain points and you have exactly what they need to move forward, then it's a closed deal. Say, for example, you just close 11 clients at 5K in the next 30 days. That's 55K just like that. And that's what you've made directly by having key systems, by having key funnels that work and get people to the next stage. And then, you cash collected. Right. Then, of course, if you're running ads, you have to incorporate ad spend, stuff like that as well. But trust me, the returns for good, productive ads are amazing. And now, like I said, it allows you to scale exponentially as well. Right. Then, what I was talking about before was this section where if someone doesn't actually apply, what happens next? What you can then incorporate is stuff like email sequences and email lists, which also includes, say, for example, they've unlocked the mini course, etc. You could have an email sequence that reaches out to them either every week, twice a week, 3 times a week, just to nurture them and put themselves in the right headspace to then book calls and get themselves going on their journey. So, say, for example, just to read a little bit, you've probably seen me on YouTube terrorizing the streets in one of my supercars, living in high-rise apartments, and basically lifestyle glitching in my 20s lol. So basically, he's already talking about where they want to be, which is amazing. So he's already saying, okay, he knows where they want to be. He's putting it in their mind that this is something they can do as well. These past couple of years, I went from being a fat Fortnite kid, like he said in the funnel as well, working at golf course, being stuck in college, to dropping out, starting a clothing brand which failed, and stumbling across the business model that changed his life. So these are all key words and key touch points that makes them be like, wow, like this is something I want to do. I've just been playing Fortnite and wasting my time away, or this, that sort of thing. It just connects with them directly. Then it talks about his story and in terms of connecting with the lead, I believe his audience is more young people looking to break out of the matrix, but also gravitates to people that are a bit older as well, looking for a way out and looking to work remotely as well. So yeah, he's different pain points. Of course, he's targeting a certain niche and a certain type of pain point, but at the same time, the good thing about this is, the niche that he's in, it allows him to target a different type of people without even knowing it as well, which is great. Then he goes into more details about freelance brand scaling, running ads for clothing brands. He's been using it as a vehicle to make money. So he also shows them a breakdown of what to expect in the email. So he says, I'm going to send 3 emails a week to you, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So he's given as much clarity as possible, just so they know exactly what they're getting into and exactly what to expect as well from scratch, which honestly is the best way to go, honestly, because the worst thing you want to do is just blindside potential leads, etc. He's basically let them, hey, if there's something you want to do, let's do it. If it's something that you don't want to do, press stop on this email and I won't reach out to you again. Like once you get to that level of leads coming in, you get to that level of reach, you're basically wanting to disqualify people as quick as possible that want to waste time as well, which is key. So these email sequences are very important because it nurtures the leads. So it could be just that one day that they got fired from their job or this or that they see an email from you, don't give up, and then they book a call, and then you sign them as a client, and they get started with the skill that you've learned to make their own money or grow in whatever way. So like I said, everything I've talked about right now in terms of bread scales, because bread scales focuses on making money, but this can work even in terms of fitness. As long as there's a transformation that takes them from A to Z, this is going to work very, very well. Yeah, but I believe that's everything. If you guys want me to go into create a video where I go into detail, like very, very long video where I go into detail on how to build the social media pages, how to run the ads, how to do everything from scratch, please let me know down below in the comment section. I'm more than happy to work with you. If you do want this system built out for you from scratch by me and my team, feel free to book a call with me using the first link in the description. We can go through all of the details step by step on what that looks like. And hey, look, worst case, you leave the call with value, etc. Best case, you work with us and we scale you to the moon. We take you to the next level or get you started. But like I said, feel free to reach out to me even on Instagram at CEO.Toby, and we'll take it from there. Thank you very much for watching this video. I appreciate you. If you have stayed this long for the video, please comment the word boss so I know who stayed to the end of the video. But I appreciate all of you watching it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.